say just for the fuck of it. Them things, don't even ask me. I got some shit to say just for the fuck of it.
Hello, friendly listener. You are now tuned into the Rambling Rowgh Show. I am your host, Rambling Rowgh, aka Gyres Rowgh. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all today, man. I ain't got the most energy. I ain't got, you know what I'm saying, like that headspace right now where it's sort of easy for me to make content. Sorry, so yeah, just bear with me, y'all. Just bear with me. I do have a few things I wanted to talk about. Maybe we might end up rambling for a little longer than I would think, but you know what I'm saying? I just want to preface everything with that, just so that you guys don't really get this wrong idea, you know, because, hey, man, sometimes your host, Rambling Rowgh, sometimes I'm just not feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be really in my head. I don't know if I've said this, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a person that, you know, struggles with his own mental illnesses or illness or whatever. So, you know, that's what's going on in my head, but I'm still here every week for y'all, every Sunday. This is episode 10. Hold on, man. Hold on. This is episode 10. This is actually a pretty huge deal. Round of applause for me. Round of applause for the show. Round of applause for you. If you're watching this, you know what I'm saying? Tune in every week. We go be here every single week, whether they want us or not. And that's how we coming. So without further ado,
it's ramble time.
That was supposed to say it's ramble time, but my soundboard is trash. Okay. Anyway, what the fuck? Why was that playing twice? Okay, I gotta fix that. But what's the first thing that we want to talk about today, man? Oh fuck! And what do I see when I actually look at the topics? The first thing I gotta actually do was apologize to y'all, man. Yeah, man. Sorry for not having video on this episode. I'm sorry for that. Like, I'm getting the pieces together so that the Rambling Rowgh Show can be a much bigger production. But it's gonna take some time, viewer. It's gonna take some time. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, it's one of those things where I gotta actually like put together all this stuff, and it was a lot more technical stuff than I thought. And to be honest, you know, getting into all this, you know, like creating content and doing it, you know, with this thought in mind that you want it to look and sound good, it's like a lot of moving parts that I didn't expect. So I'm trying to get this microphone attachment from my camera that I did buy for the podcast. I'm trying to get some other things to make the camera run better, like a tripod, like a lens cap. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I got to think about the angles and everything. So I think last week I jumped the gun a little bit talking about how, well, not last week, but the week before last, because last week I was sitting with Prince. Shouts out to Prince. But I jumped the gun, but we'll have videos soon. I'm really shooting for before March. We've got, this is okay, so if today's Sunday, the 11th, which it is, we've got 2 more Sundays left. By the end of March, we should have Rambling Rowgh Show episodes being shot in video. You know what I'm saying? Hold me to that. That's something that y'all can hold me to. So with that out of the way, and seriously, I mean, it really is just a lot. But, nigga, who the fuck? 347. Who the hell is calling me? No. Why do people call me right when I'm doing a podcast? Hold on. Fucking telemarketer. Anyway, where were we? It's been 3 months without Xbox for me, listener. 3 months. Okay, hold on, man. Hold on. Let me get my clapping. 3 months, yo. But I ain't gonna lie to you. In this time, I gotta come clean. I gotta confess to something. I don't feel much different. Now, okay. Let me explain. When I play Xbox, listener, I'm a gamer, right? So I could go in and a session for games. Let's say we're playing Destiny, Call of Duty, and some other games like that. Maybe some smaller games. Me and my friends. Whether solo or with friends, I could spend over 8 hours sitting down in one time on Xbox. So with that said, a part of the problem was, yes, my time, but those 8 hours, while I would enjoy them, a lot of the other problem is the people I would be around. And by around, of course, they're not in the room with me. Digitally, they're around me. So with the Xbox, of course, you're playing games with your homies and your friends, but you don't really realize that what this is actually doing is allowing you to be connected to these people for much, 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 much longer, for many more times throughout the day and throughout the week, and for much longer intervals as well. Does that make sense? So it's like, you're really spending, especially if you're a high school kid, you're spending damn near, your whole waking life with some of these people that you know and that you could know through, your Xbox, through games. If you see them at school and then you see them all up on Xbox and you hear them all up on Xbox. So while I was playing, bro, I mean, it was just me and my homies, and the ideas that we keep hearing about as young people, as young-minded people, listener, the ideas that we keep hearing about how people, the people around you are going to be very negative, and you shouldn't listen to the people that are negative, and things like that. You really don't realize that you're living in that life, that you're living in a life where you have to say no, where you have to kind of go against the grain, until you actually kind of just start to listen to what people are saying. I started looking for substance in the conversations, because mind you, 6 to 8 hours sitting down, I better be having some damn meaningful conversations. I better be doing something that's pushing my life forward. I better be doing something that, like, if I were to look back on that time and then referenced it, I wouldn't be, not embarrassed, because I don't think I'd be embarrassed really about anything. I mean, it is something I love, but just not, I want I know my time is more valuable. Does that make sense? So when I'm looking for substance in these conversations with my friends, I'm not finding any. So that was part of the reason why I had to leave Xbox. And I gotta come clean. The same sort of negative lulls that I'll find myself getting trapped into, while they're maybe not as frequent, man, they still there, man. That shit still exists. I thought cutting off from Xbox was just going to kind of allow me to just totally focus. Like, the way I thought of it was, okay, my mind really does usually fall into only a few places. Either it's women, the opposite sex, right? So it's like, as a heterosexual male, that's all I can think about, especially as a virgin. Like, I'm pumped up as shit. So there's the female branch. Then there's the, creative, I want to be something branch, which that one is probably the easiest one to ignore. But then there's the, I just want to chill. I just want to play games. I just want to calm down branch. And there's a few other branches in my life, but it's like, I felt like if I had cut that one off, the other two would have been like, like if you would go blind, then if you're deaf, if you go blind, then your other senses get heightened. So, if you're blind and, and then you can't see, then your ears start to pick up more, like sounds and things like that. And I don't know, I guess your taste becomes more sensitive. I don't know, but I thought it would be like that, or at least immediately. But it hasn't been like that, man. It has not. It's, I'm still looking at the world in kind of a very negative way. And I think that might be due to just how long I was kind of trapped in just putting myself through the same experience day in, day out. Because that's one thing that Xbox really does help you do. And it helps you pad out a good, nice pattern that's comfortable, that it helps you have something that's always there, that you could always return to. It's it's comfort, you know, it's home. It's like all my worries just wash away when I, turn it on, and it's, and the lights on, and now my controller's flashing, and now friends are online, and now I feel connected, you know. It's like, but no, man. I was having a conversation with my cousin. Shouts outs to Jason, if you're listening to this. JN Thoughts on Instagram. That's JN_THOUGHTS, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he was telling me, man, he coined, well, he didn't coin it, but he labeled it for me. He said it's that escapism. That escapism. And I couldn't disagree with him. I was like, man, that probably is the best word for it. But, you know, I'm done escaping, and I'm done kind of just looking at life and kind of just feeling a gut feeling, but not going towards it, never running towards it, never trying to see what was at the root of that, you know? I've lived a lot of my very short life just going and feeling a gut feeling and just not doing anything with it. And I'm trying to turn a new leaf, listener. So, as of right now, I will say that while that is still my mission and goal, I honestly think my mind is still very negative. Like, while, yeah, you may think that because I'm on this podcast, I'm doing some cool shit, but nah, man. It's like, I still be just down. And I heavily reflect on, if I was on Xbox, would I be happier? If I was playing PUBG with my boys and we were dropping in, would I be calmer every day? I would have to drop 2, maybe 3 hours, and maybe I don't have to drop 6 to 8 hours, but if I was doing that still every single day and not putting that time towards, you know, actually, you know, trying to create or trying to, you know, figure out some solutions to some of the problems that actually go on in my everyday life, you know, like, would I be calmer in that state of less action? That's what I ask myself. I don't know. It's the Ramblin' Rowgh Show, yo. That's just I've been really, that's just where I'm at with it, though. 3 months without Xbox. So what's next, yo? What's next? Okay. So, shameless plug, Dreadlock Journey on YouTube. It's my vlog. Your friendly host. Dreadlock Journey is basically a, you know, just a run-of-the-mill vlog, but it's with your host, and I'm growing my hair out natural dreadlocks. So of course I've talked about it on here a few times before, maybe, but yeah, that's what it is. And on the past few episodes, what I've added in to kind of spice things up is I've kind of added in this little segment called Crush Chronicles. Now, I don't really show much. It's really just my commentary. But I kind of take you guys into how I go into finding a chick. So now, mind you, remember, I'm still holding the V card. The V card champ. Okay? I've got my membership since 1999. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it don't really faze me much there. And, yeah. So, the Crush Chronicles, what it's been focused on, at least for these past about 3 episodes of Dreadlock Journey, it's been me going in and talking to my quote-unquote crush at this video store or whatever. So, I've already talked about this, I think, already on the podcast, like the situation exactly, but I'm just reaffirming, you know, in case anybody didn't know. But, let me just tell the entire story of this, because this whole Crush Chronicle thing, at least with this person, it's kind of concluded. I've been so disrespected, like, I can't even continue, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, at least with this chick, I'm totally done with the Crush Chronicles thing. You know, I may have another crush tomorrow, and then we start it up again, but who knows? So basically, let's tell this story. about a couple weeks ago or whatever, I started talking to her because, I've seen her before at the store. I've got a friend that works at the store. You know what I'm saying? Shouts outs to Bernie. But yeah, I start talking her up because I'm talking to her a couple times casually, and the laughs don't stop or whatever. I'm catching good vibes or whatever, so I'm like, all right, let me sink my teeth and let's get, let's try to see what we could do. So basically, I start coming back to the store, start conversating, and then, of course, I think I already told this to the podcast, but I'll recap anyway. I went to LA, had my LA trip. That's basically the whole essence of Cowboys Can Cry, my episode, Rambling Rowgh Show, on SoundCloud, on YouTube. And I got a rose from that whole situation, gifted it to her, asked her out on a date while simultaneously giving her my number, so that the only way she'd be able to either tell me that she'd be able to go or not was, if she texted me or if she just didn't respond. If she didn't respond, I was like, shit, well, then she's just not feeling you. But if she at least responded, and if she would cancel, then yeah, maybe she's feeling you, boy, but you know what I'm saying? She just has shit to do. So she does end up hitting me up. I thought that she was still kind of feeling me, so I still hang in, even though I didn't get to take her on a date that time. About a week passes because I don't see her during the week. So basically, I pop back in. It's about a week later, and yeah, man, I ain't got no rose this time, but I basically come in and, I'm talking her up again, and now I kind of have this idea for something that I kind of want to take her to. I want to take her to this museum that I had to even reserve tickets for. It's called The Broad. It's out in LA. Apparently it's got really cool exhibits and whatnot, but I thought that she would be really into that, whatever. But I'm trying to find the best way to actually kind of tell her that I've already reserved tickets, and the tickets are for a specific day. So I don't really know when she works. So that was kind of going to be awkward. I mean, they are free tickets, so I could really reserve, another day. I'm pretty sure this month is totally sold out, but for April, yeah. But yeah, man, I couldn't find my way into asking her. So I sat on the idea. And then I finally rested on something that I thought was clever. I said, you know what? Because I'm artsy, and because part of the reason why I couldn't say it to her while I was there the last time I saw her, to ask her out again, was just because, she, there was customers inside of the shop, and it was just too busy. And then I think her boss came in. It was just this whole thing. So I thought, all right, I had an idea. Let me make a internet video, you know what I'm saying? And when I say internet video, I don't mean just a video, a video that looks like some shit that you would get off the internet, like you would randomly find it, but it's me. Let me make one of those, make something cheeky, make something funny, that's also asking her out, something cute. And shit, man, you know what I'm saying? Sad boys all day. Shouts outs to Kevin. We are still sad. Damn it. This chick literally... Okay. So, let me explain the video. The video is literally just me with a whole bunch of flashcards. If you ain't seen it, Dreadlock Journey 14. Pull it up right now. If anything, I might even put up a little link in the description. It's at the 10-minute mark of the video. And basically, it's me with a whole bunch of little, pieces of paper that have one either word or one letter on it that, so it'll be I. And, it just spells out a whole sentence and a whole sequence and things like that. And then I also had a very nice, I don't know if you would call it opera, but some sort of Italian song. And the song, I actually got it from one of not my favorite shows, but a show that I really like, The Leftovers. They used it on their latest season, which I thought was their greatest season. The Leftovers is a show about kind of how if a third of the world's population would have just vanished, what happens then? I don't know if it was exactly a third, but, Yeah, man. I thought I was gonna have my whole way in with, cause she's kind of a nerdish type of chick, and I thought I was gonna have it, cause you know it's like an old Italian song, and she wouldn't have expected that from me. I thought I was the shit, but nah, man. I fell flat on my face, took that L. I sent her the video, and this chick doesn't even respond. She doesn't even, like, not even like a good or bad, but she didn't even give it a dignification. Like, you know how disrespectful that, like, okay. And this video was actually, like, well edited. You really got to go watch it. I'll spoil it. At the end of the video, I burn up the paper that I have. This shit looks lit. I have never seen anyone put that much thought into actually, and like, especially, that was damn near an audible. I thought about that shit on the fly. And, yeah, Dreadlock Journey 14, check that shit out. Basically, though, yeah, I take the L. She doesn't even respond. The next day, not the next day, actually maybe 2-3 days pass. So now, if today is Sunday, I think that was what? Yeah, Friday. Friday rolls around or whatever again. And that was, you know, this past Friday. And I pull back up. She's not in there. And then, you know, the cashier that is there tells me they switched. I hit her up, you know, just basically saying, oh, what the fuck? You're not here. And like, because that was the day I expected her. And man, this chick didn't even respond to that. So yeah, I took that L. Like, yeah, that shit had me feeling just terrible. That shit was... She dropped a bomb on me, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. She dropped a bomb. But, you live and you learn. Loss in a loss is a lesson. So, where was I with the story? I sent her the video, and then she doesn't respond. Oh, okay, but no. There's a silver lining, because today she did respond. Shit. But y'all want to know what she said, bruh? Y'all want to know what she said? Hold up, man. I gotta get this disrespect actually, like, here for y'all, because this shit was just rude. Like, I have never been disrespected like this. Hold up. Hey, man, all I'm gonna say, look, she told me to tell my homie that works with her to text her back because she asked him to cover her shift and she has to finish. She included this in one message. She had to get me all this information. She said that she had to finish 2 6-page midterms and she hasn't started. Then this trifling fucking thought has the audacity to put a goddamn semicolon fucking slanty face emoji? This bitch has an iPhone in her goddamn hands. And instead of hitting the motherfucking emoji tab screen that everybody fucking has, this disrespectful ass human decides to fucking put a semicolon and a goddamn slant on your mans. Like, this is fucking 2006 emoticon bullshit. Bruh, I have never been disrespected like this. And hey, low-key, I should have seen it coming. On the vlog, you'll see that my cousin, actually, Jason, shouts out to Jason again, he did warn me about this chick. He told me. He spotted it. But, I'm just confused at you chicks, man. I'll be confused. Like, it'd be the nice dudes. It'd be the nice ass dudes. Like, okay, even if your man's was coming off creepy, like if I was doing too much, you could tell me that, right? Like, you could have at least communicated that. No? Like, was I really that out of the realm of your, like, importance and scope that you couldn't even shoot me a fucking feedback response on the goddamn editing? Fuck out of here, man. Like, that shit was just, that was disrespectful as hell. That was just, if you a female and you listening to this, if you could take away anything from me, hear the hurt in my voice, okay? Hear the hurt. Be direct with these dudes, man. Be direct with these dudes. The worst thing that you could give a dude is hope. Period. The worst thing you could do to a male is inject him with hope when he's looking at you trying to get something out of you. I'm dead serious. Kill that man's dreams immediately. But don't just leave me hanging there to dry. That's just terrible. So, Crush Chronicles will continue in the future. And, you know, as we go on, I don't know if I'll straight up have a GoPro on my chest trying to document it, but I'll get more in depth with documenting it. When you watch it, viewer, you'll notice that it's not, I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm growing, I'm learning, but man, yeah, I had to talk about that. She a trifling hoe, man. I can't even say, I can't, you see, let me take that back. I'm the nice guy who can't even be talking about chicks like that. Like, I really physically can't, bruh. Like, I'm just over it. Like, I'm just like, damn, like, I'm really just, like, I'm just disappointed in you, man. Like, you really, and then you know what? Because I got a nose for just, like, how just formulaic and how systematic people are. You know, they do things in cycles, man. They do things in cycles. Until you either die or you've been through the cycle so many times that you realize it's insanity. Every human has their limit, but not every human even reaches the limit to that insanity cycle. I'll give you the exact example. I'll tell you, this chick, man, she's probably the same type of chick who, if a nigga had came in, chest all out, no art, no artsy talk, none of that. He just really came in to flex and to stunt, and maybe he had like a connection to something, you know, cool. That's all it would have took. Like, bro, like, and I was just like, then you look at somebody with substance and then you dismiss them. I don't understand it. Not every woman is like that, of course, but I'm saying for the ones that are, I mean, and there are many of them like that. And I really feel like that is the lowest common denominator of the fair sex. I'm just like, bruh, I just be disappointed when that shit happens. And not because you didn't get at me. Not because you didn't get at me, but just because, like, I could tell if somebody else had come at you less creepy, less everything than me, but had with the same energy and passion, you would have still dismissed this man. Just because he's really trying to actually fuck with you. But that's my beef. Yeah, bro, she chewed my heart out. But, you know what I'm saying? We push forward. Hey, I've been watching a whole bunch of, well, not a whole bunch. I caught, you know what, actually, you know what, let me not speak on this too much. I'll say this. Another one of my influencers that I've just added to my list of influencers is Virgil Abloh, man. I mean, I'm late on the train, the hype train to liking him. I'm not going to be one of these dudes, you know, I mean, for me, I'll be vocal about things that I personally just don't feel like I feel like nobody's being vocal on, and I feel like everybody's being vocal on him, especially like right now. But I'll at least do it once right now, just once and for all. Yeah, that dude is definitely, before I hit the casket, he's definitely going to be a personal mentor of mine. And right now, I see him as a great influence. But I see him as as necessary, his mindset, at least. The way he speaks about things, man, that open-ended, that never finish, never content, you know, that half glass full glass empty, you know, all of that. I resonate. Okay, I resonate with it. I resonate with him. I resonate. And again, I'm not one of these dudes. I ain't gonna be out here, and I don't really care about the image of me, but I'm just saying, I'm just not gonna be a person that's out here now rocking Off-White and doing all of this shit. But yeah, I got my eyes on him, and I think if you're listening to me right now, if you had the foresight to listen to me, you should be listening to him too. What else do we want to talk about today? I'm not doing a live stream right now. I was having a really bad morning, man. And I wanted to get this episode just done and recorded, so when you're listening to this, it'll be either, you know, into the week or a little bit later on Sunday. And, you know, sorry for no live stream, sorry for nothing like that, sorry for no guest this week. I was supposed to have a guest this week. Well, not sorry, but I mean, I'm gonna have a guest. I'm gonna have that guest probably in the future, you know. It's just, I think it was just like a communication thing. But hey, man, we doing this every single week, and we getting better. So just hold on with me. Like I said in the beginning, sorry for repeating myself. Do I want to talk about... let me touch on this Ebro interview with Lil Yachty. And let me tie it into, I think this will be my last point. I'll tie it into some of the things that another great influencer and honestly inspiration of mine was saying this past weekend. But bruh, I was watching this Lil Yachty interview with Ebro and them, and while their rapport is decent, you know, by the end of the video they laugh and they have their jokes and their fun. I gotta say that this still is just one of the most awkward interviews. No. But it's definitely a sign that these interviews that Ebro and them be doing, they're just not clicking. Okay? First off, I have to grill this just because I see what they're doing and my whole job is to be them. So I'm just saying, yo, I gotta actually speak about it from my position. I mean, I'm just giving my opinion. I'm just saying, I have nothing against Ebro. I have nothing against Hot 97. Like, as a entity, I don't know if they're doing anything inhumane or anything bad or anything, you know, that I would disagree with like that. This is really just off of, like, you know, music opinions and shit like that. But, bruh, DJ Academics is 1000% damn right, bruh. We are new media. New media. Okay? New damn media. And you know what that means? That means I don't want to see Lil Yachty going on a damn Ebro show talking about Lil Bo 2 when by the end of the interview, Ebro his goddamn self is admitting that he don't even like his music? Fuck out of here. Rosenberg every 2 seconds is telling you that he gets it. He gets it. He gets it with Lil Xan. He gets, and again, nothing against these people personally. Nothing, no. But bruh, you guys reek of just trying to play catch up and just, it's just so forced and so, it's just almost nauseating, the content coming out of there. And again, forced is the word that I want to push home, because man, when I'm looking at Yachty up there trying to promote his album, but Hot 97 crew literally constantly talking about either the antics he does, which are very few now, either the diet he's on, which I couldn't give less of a fuck about, you know what I'm saying, just general bullshit and nonsense of his day-to-day that I don't think anybody was trying to ask about or know about. Nobody. Everybody's really concerned about Lil Yachty's music right now, if you ask me. If you ask me, the questions that should be asked him are the questions that I'm not going to say any media personality would say it specifically, because I'm sure they would, but I'm saying these are the questions that just should be asked by anybody, bro. Like, they should be asking things like, Lil Yachty, after that last album, you are on the clock. How do you think this album, this mixtape, this project will give you some more time? How do you think it'll do that with this whole single thing? They didn't even talk about his whole picking his own single, you know what I'm saying, thing. Like, Hot 97 is just totally behind, man. They're just totally damn behind. And it's not just Hot 97. It's, honestly, I just think it's just all of that old media. You know, there's diamonds in the rough of it. You got your big boys who could still get that great interview out of, you know, an artist because he could kind of break it down for you and he could kind of, you know, come to your terms with it while also not, like, you know, belittling you. Like, he could really, he's a real cool, mellow guy who could really even the playing field for some reason. You know, he's a very good equalizer in it. Like, he doesn't intimidate. He's not one of these old heads that, you know, he doesn't come at it like that. Sway, you know, you could give kind of interview like that too, but it's like, that type of shit is just getting highlighted at Hot 97 that, man, anything that happens on Instagram, because mind you, Lil Yachty announced that he was doing this whole album rollout promo bullcrap on his Instagram, all through Instagram, all through that. So it's like, if they're not even talking about that, they're not even paying attention to his actual day-to-day. Why the hell are they asking him questions about the day-to-day? Why the hell are they asking questions about shit I don't care about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know why Lil Yachty thinks his strategy will work when it worked for 21 Savage. Like, yeah, it's 21 Savage, but you are not no 21 Savage, and you are definitely not no 21 Savage in 2016. Like, what? And I would also like somebody to ask Yachty, Why the hell are there so many damn features on this damn album? Like, jeez, man. I ain't even heard the tape yet, but there's just so many damn features. Are you a little bit scared about how you are coming off? Because it seems like somebody put a lot of money into just making it seem like your album was highly produced and had the proper features, but it doesn't seem like anybody's putting a lot of money or time into making that timeless type of shit. One Night had all the time in the world to be timeless. This new shit, I think it should try to have the same element. That's what people should be asking, in my opinion. But nah, they're asking about how Yachty is still eating fucking Pop-Tarts and pizzas every day, and last year or 2 years ago how he didn't drink water, and now they're cackling about how this nigga drinks water. Like, get the fuck, that shit was just, it was just weird. And oh god, at about the 4 minute mark, there is just the most cringe thing I've ever seen in an interview. Maybe something in the Saw Baby interview might top it, but this man Lil Yachty spots a damn bottle cap under his chair. And first off, man, y'all couldn't even be respectful enough to just sweep up the damn set if y'all had other people on it. Like, Jesus. But man, they literally, he sees the bottle cap and it's like a beer bottle or whatever, and this dude says there's a bottle, and he makes note of it, and he's like, yo, like, he kicks it out. And then this nigga Ebro just jumps to saying, nigga, that's yours, or some shit like that. I started laughing. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga's so, like, he's not combative, but he's so, like, not hostile, but he's so standoffish. And he then looks at the bottle, he recognizes this, and then Rosenberg chimes in, he's like, he doesn't drink at all, and, so that wouldn't be his, and da-da-da-da-da, and so Ebro then takes it upon himself to kind of get out of his chair and pick up the bottle cap. I won't say any further than that. You should just really go watch the new Lil Yachty, Ebro in the Morning interview. That shit was just cringe and awkward. See for yourself, viewer. It was just cringe. Not to say that I could do a better interview than that, but I could do a damn better interview than that, I think. I could do a better interview than that. I could. You give me some time to actually prepare. I'll actually formulate an opinion on the album. I'll actually take out some damn bars from the actual album. I'll actually, talk about the things that he's been actually talking about, that he has been making important, rather than just streamlining my politics in there and fucking just laughing in his face every 2 seconds. That shit was just terrible to me. But, we are new media. Let's drive it home with that. We are new media. And with that being said, anything else I got to say that's urgent? Nah, man, we are new media, though. We are new goddamn media. And if anybody, and when I say we, I mean podcasts. I mean, like DJ Academic said, reaction channels. I mean, creators, man. I mean, if you like to just, you know what I'm saying, stream live, that you do what? Look at Dom's Sketchcast. You know what I'm saying? That we are the new wave. We are the new wave. Dom Sketchcast, by the way, yo. Dom, DOM, apostrophe S, Sketchcast. Look him up. If any artist were to actually start giving him like some more shine and buzz, I mean, not any, I mean, he's already gotten shine from like artists before, and he's done like indie artists, and he's worked with the Injury Reserve and things like that, but he gets a lick of mainstream, like, attention, and then, all of a sudden it's gonna be people just trying to swarm him and take his style and his aesthetic and the way he does things and the organic and the, we are new media. So if you listening to this and you draw and or you're like me and using your voice, or you rap or whatever, bro, stick to it. Because one day they're going to be knocking down your damn door to get content out of you. Not nowhere else. The days of us going on and seeing a Ryan Seacrest looking like motherfucker, and that's not even like a race thing. I mean, that Ryan Seacrest guy could be any color. But the days where you had to be pretty and you had to have all of this and a production value that was through the roof and you had to have you ain't had to have none of that no more. And the people with all of that, They're bombing. I really had to say that. I did. That interview was trash. And, and the clickbaity bullshit that Hot 97 does is trash too. All of that is trash. The whole fucking you played yourself segment, it's a fine segment. I mean, okay, fine. It's the Donkey of the Day rehash. That's a problem in and of itself, but you know what? It's content. And you know what? They are commenting about things that Charlamagne doesn't be commenting about. I'll give him that. But when you clickbait some bullcrap, talking about DJ Academic's Tekwashi, and then you shove the whole thing into the end of the damn video, making me watch 10 minutes of your segment that I did not want to watch because I wasn't subbed to y'all. That's when I gotta call you guys out for shadiness. That's when I gotta call y'all out for that just like, y'all really just vultures for, like, not culture vulture, but y'all really just, y'all fiending for this content. Fiending for this content. And I'm here to tell anybody that's listening, it comes to you naturally. So you better take what comes to you naturally and do it better than what they're trying to take and do it artificially. That's it, bro. It's the Rambler Rowgh Show. I've been rambling for 40 minutes. Let me check my damn list again one more time just to make sure I didn't forget anything. I'm the best cashier at my job, hands motherfucking down. I just got the most rewards membership signups last week. I had 14 in the span of like 3 or 4 days. And, you know what I'm saying? Stoned as hell the whole time. So with that being said, never let them tell you that weed is hindering you. If you don't think it's hindering you, it's not. If you think it is. But I'll tell you that Jairus Rowgh is the best cashier at his shop. Big Lots. And I did it stoned. So you can take that however you want. It's and this is the Rambler Rowgh Show, yo. Good night.